Hey cruising crew, and welcome to the channel. I'm Alexis, and if you're new here, I provide videos about all things cruising and travel, mostly in the cruise world. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing what an inaugural cruise is, the different types of inaugural cruises, and if they're worth it or not. So if you are new here and you're new to cruising and you have no idea what an inaugural cruise is and you want to know what they are and if they're worth it, stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and let's just get into it. Now, first off, have you ever caught yourself thinking that you were on an inaugural cruise? You thought it was just one inaugural cruise, and you get on and it's a completely different type of inaugural cruise? I have had this happen so many times in the past. I have been on a couple inaugural or maiden voyage cruises without actually knowing what they are and what the differences are. I remember I went on an inaugural cruise and I thought it was inaugural cruise, you're the first ones to see, do everything, and that wasn't it. Versus I've been on a maiden voyage and it was something completely different. So let's break it down. That way you guys don't have to be confused anymore about inaugural cruises. First things first, what is an inaugural cruise? So inaugural cruise is basically a big debut party for a brand new cruise ship. So basically it's a set of parties or days before the cruise ship actually comes out with their sailings for a few people to roam around the ship and experience what the ship has to offer. Now, not all first time inaugural cruises are the same. Not all inaugurals are open to the public. Cruise lines run a few behind the scenes tests before letting us on board. But for you and me, here is the main type of inaugural cruises you can actually book, plus what's unique about each one. Type 1, the maiden voyage. This is the very first revenue paying trip a brand new ship takes with actual passengers. Think of it as the ship's official welcome on board party. So what's unique about a maiden voyage? You can expect a full-blown christening ceremony with a celebrity godmother or godfather. They smash champagne on the bow and it's a lot of fun. You'll get exclusive events like captain's receptions, media-filled welcome parties, and photo ops everywhere. Plus, you're literally the first to sleep in those pristine cabins. Iconic example is Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas maiden voyage in 2024. It was a total media circus. I remember when this thing came out, I could not go on social media without seeing all kinds of posts about it. And so, yeah, this is basically for everyone who wants to get on board first. Basically, a lot of media go on this, and it's going to be a lot of different events. Now, type 2 is the inaugural itinerary sailings. So this is when the Maiden's done, the ship kicks off its inaugural season with first trip on a specific route. It's like it debuts in the Mediterranean or Alaska or Caribbean. And these aren't about the first sail, but it's about the ship's premiere to this itinerary. So what's unique about these, you can find stuff like discounted deals, onboard credits, sometimes 20 to 30% off regular prices. You'll explore the ports ship hasn't hit before with some kinds of special shore excursions, stuff like that. It's a lot less chaotic and active as the maiden voyage, but it still feels like brand new and you're still the new ones on the ship. Type 3 is preview or media sailings. So these are usually pretty short cruises, like 2 to 4 days. And you'll find people like media influencers, media personnel, celebrities, people that the brand wants to bring on to basically showcase the ship. And sometimes these cruises don't even leave port, like they'll just stay docked and you just get to be on the cruise for a little bit. I think that's what Star of the Seas just did with their media sailing. So it's pretty interesting. So what's unique about these, you can find stuff like preview parties. It's super intimate, behind the scenes tours of engine rooms or kitchens, free flowing drinks, zero lines at the attractions. Crew are still dialing things in, so you might spot like under construction spots, or maybe this is where they don't preview every show or every attraction because they're still working on it, but they still want you to see it. This is not as grand as a Maiden, but it's still very insidery. Type 4 is a post-refit inaugural. So this is not like your total typical inaugural. This is for like a ship that is not brand new, but that has been revamped and remodeled and stuff like that. What's unique about these, you'll find renovated spaces, new water parks, new bars, tech upgrades, stuff like that that you get to basically break in and test first. Perks may include loyalty member previews and themed launch events. So it's got that new ship spine without the full build from scratch risk, and it's perfect if you love a glow up story. So with putting all of the different types of inaugural sailings, is the inaugurals worth it? Are they worth it? Let's do a little pros and cons. That way we can see if it's really worth it for you before you book your next inaugural cruise. Pros can include, you got bragging rights. You have pictures, videos to show everyone. You can post on social media. You have been the first one to be on the ship. And I know a lot of people love inaugurals because they love being the absolute first guest on the ship. So yeah, bragging rights is always totally fun. You also have sparkling new everything, no scuffs, no wear, the paint is still fresh. You have exclusive perks like those champagne toasts, onboard credits, stuff like that. Potential savings, especially on itinerary debuts, deals can make it cheaper than peak season repeats. And of course, just adventure factor. Now let's talk about the cons. So usually these inaugural cruises can range between 20 to 50% more than your actual cruise cost. And this is a big reason why a lot of people might not do inaugural cruising and just wait for those regular sailings, because that's a lot of money to put down on one cruise. Another one I'm going to call it is kind of like a teething problem. So when you go on the inaugural cruise or you're the first ones on the ship, sometimes like the shows aren't done or you're not ready. Sometimes the tech isn't working right. Not everything might be open. So even though you're the first ones on the ship, you might not be able to like really test out everything new on the ship. Another con is they're very busy. There's so many people. There's also so much media and everything. If you're someone that likes to go on a cruise, doesn't like to be on their phone or have their phones out or have everyone have their phones out or cameras out, then this might not be for you. There's just going to be a lot of people everywhere basically filming, taking pictures the entire time. And then this one is actually a big one that I've noticed happens a lot with almost every inaugural cruise is cancellation risks. So a lot of times they'll actually delay the date of the inaugural sailing. I think this happens with pretty much every single ship that comes out. I've noticed that they've had to delay like 2 days or 3 days because of whatever reason. So yeah, cancellation risk. You're going to be paying so much money. And what if you have to rearrange your flights, rearrange your stay? That's also kind of risky. So are they really worth it? So for me, I'm going to say I'm not the biggest, like I don't go crazy over them. I have been on inaugurals for the Celebrity Ascent, which was really cool. We got a few things like we got a Maiden Voyage, like got Maiden Voyage merch. We got a book, stuff like that. I also went on the inaugural for the Norwegian Aqua, and I noticed that on that inaugural, like there was nothing, it seemed like a normal regular cruise. I'm totally excited because I am going to be going on the Celebrity Excel coming out. And I'm not going on the inaugural, but it's inaugural season, and I'm really excited. I'm actually on it for two back-to-back sailings. And so I can't wait to pump out some of that content for you guys so you guys can get a first look at Excel. So stay tuned for those videos. So overall, I think that if you don't mind spending the money, you don't mind all the hype, you like the excitement, you like being the first ones on the ship, you like being one of the first to experience a brand new exciting cruise ship, it's absolutely worth it. Inaugural sailings, and no matter what cruise ship, is always fun and you'll always create great memories. So I say if you have the opportunity to do an inaugural cruise, then you should absolutely do it. Once again, I am going to be sailing on Celebrity soon, and so I will be doing a lot more of celebrity content. Leave me a comment down below if that's something you're interested in seeing or what other type of videos you would love for me to put out. Once again, if you found this video helpful or enjoyed it at all, please give it a thumbs up And don't forget to subscribe so you're always updated with all things cruising and travel. Don't forget to always seize the day, and I'll catch you in the next one.